Harry's pair kicks off publishing bonanza. Welcome to AR News. It's that time of the year to cozy up and feast your eyes on the Luscious literally offering of the year ahead. We have rounded up a select few 2023 major titles. Apologies to those who missed the cut, but these articles may otherwise have ended up longer than War and Peace. First up, it's Memories, and we have kicked off the year with a certain Prince Harry's autobiography, Spare, a reference to a phrase, the hire and the spare, one assumes. It's expected to include the prince's full account behind his decision to give up royal duties and move to the US, although after Alpha and 6-hour Netflix documentary, how much more can be left to reveal. While it promises raw, unflinching honesty, we'll have to wait and see how many bridges it will burn back in the UK when it publishes. Released 10 January, Penguin. Other biographies of note include that a re-owned children's author and poet Michael Rosen, who shares his story and life lessons in getting better. If anyone knows how to build resilience, it's Rosen, who here explores both his grief and losing a child and his long battle against COVID-19. 2nd February, Penguin. Blake Morrison's groundbreaking confession memoir, And When Did You Last See Your Father?, was published nearly 30 years ago, and his latest book comes out on its anniversary. Two Sisters tackles the guilt to shame familiar to many who have a family member with an addiction. Blake's sister, Gil, struggled with alcoholism, while he also unearths the story behind his half-sister, Rosie. 16 February, HarperCollins. On a lighter note, from Studio 54 to and city fashion stylist Patricia Fields tells all in a mere Pat in the City. Get it, HarperCollins. 14 February. Actor and trans advocate Eloise Page will also release of coming of age memoir. 6 June, Penguin. One of the most talked about forthcoming books in literary circles is Kevin Jared Ossian's Hungry Ghost, an epic saga about two contrasting families living in 1940s who became embroiled in the number of mysterious and disturbing events. The late great Hilary Mantel described it as a deeply impressive, while fellow Booker winner Brennendale Evesto said it's an astonishing novel. Bloomsbury, 16 February. There's more historical fictions from Kate Moulton in Homecoming, which is set in her native Australia. An unsolved murder case dating back to the 1950s, the thrust back into the spotlight when journalist Jess started digging around her nan's Sydney home 60 years later. Pan McIlman, 13th April. Its contemporary fiction is more your thing. You could do worse than pick up a copy of R.F. Kuang's Yellowface, and shocking satirical thriller set in the cutthroat world of publishing. It tackles identity politics, toxic friendship, and culture appropriation with razor-sharp humor and pace. HarperCollins, 25th May. For fantasy fans, Hellbent is highly anticipated sequel to Lies Birdgear's Ninth House. It sees the return of the high school's dropout Alex Dillon in another fantastical tale of magic, monsters, and violence, with plenty of twists to keep you guessing. 10th January, Galtness Publishing. Ballycor Jaiswal, Now You See Us is also enjoying a lot of chatter. It's about the lives of the three migrant women who are domestic workers for rich families in Singapore and has been described as the help meets crazy rich Asians. 25th May, HarperCollins. Max Potter, the best-selling author, to Griff is the Thing with the Features, and Lanny Returns with the Shy, which documents a few strange hours in the life of a double teenage boy. 6th April, Faber and Faber. The heavy hitters, server of literary scenes, most revered authors have booked out this year, including one of our greatest living writers. Salman Rushdie may celebrate publications of his fantastical epic tale Victory City with perhaps more favor than usual as he continues his rehabilitation after being attacked earlier this year. Set in 14th century southern India, it features a 9-year-old girl who has a divine encounter that will change the course of history. 7th February, Random House. The Shacks by Bret Easton Ellis is the latest novel from the author who bought You Less Than Zero and America. Psycho, it attacks the group of privileged Los Angeles high school friends as serial killer strikes across the city. 7th January, Penguin Random House. Thank you.